Good morning and welcome. It's wonderful to be with you, and it's wonderful that you're joining in with us this morning or whenever you're watching this. And this is part of our new series with Sing Toronto called Raise Your Voice. And the whole concept of this series is to help you singers out there. We know we have lots of fans and friends who are singers, and this is a great opportunity to learn and grow and just build your skills. I don't know about you, but over the holidays, I took a little bit of a vocal break. And coming into January, I totally felt a little bit rusty. I could feel it in my voice, and it just wasn't working on all cylinders like it was before. And maybe you feel the same way. And if you do, I mean, throw it in the comments. A little bit rusty, let me tell you. Also, wherever you're chiming in from, it's great to know where you're from. So, like I said, throw it in the comments. We love to see where people are chiming in from and tuning in from and just joining us, which is wonderful. Today, we have a fantastic teacher that's going to take us through 5 warm-ups that are going to really help build our voice. And I'm going to introduce you here. So we have Hayley Preziosi. How are you doing, Hayley?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Jordan?
Fantastic. Now, Hayley is a vocal coach. She's a songwriter, but she's also a performer. So you see this from all angles, and
Absolutely.
yeah, and you're very much involved in the a cappella scene. You're a
Mhm.
soprano with Countermeasure, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just wonderful that you could join us and share some of your top 5 warm-ups with us today.
Yeah. Well, thank
So
you so much.
yeah.
Sorry, was there anything else you wanted to
No,
say?
I was gonna say, I'm just gonna pass it over to you
Okay.
to kind of take this on.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you so much for the warm welcome, Jordan. I'm so happy to be here. The Sing Festival as an organization is very dear to my heart, having been a part of it since day one and watched it blossom into the beautiful thing that it is now. So, I don't know about you, singers, but I know from personal experience that when all this hit 10 months ago, Countermeasure kind of stopped rehearsing for a bit, more than a bit, several months. It's hard to sing with other people on the internet. In fact, it's mostly still impossible in unison. And so I had some of my group members come to me and say, "Help me. When I open my mouth, I'm afraid that only dust and cobwebs will come out." um, and so I'm here. I'm here to help with that. If you're feeling that, just know that I'm right there with you. I get it. Let me help. Before I dive into my top 5 warm-ups, which by the way are some of my favorites, I've also asked some of my students what are their favorites so that we make sure I'm really giving you a good little foundation here to get going. The bulk of what I've learned today, I've learned from my mentor, Elaine Overholt at Big Voice Studios. And so it's really her method I'm passing on to you. So I would say if you're looking for a really fantastic set of warm-ups, it's actually available for purchase now. And this is really, truly my go-to when I need to warm up my voice for something big or even just day-to-day. So bigvoicestudios.com, you can purchase those. I just wanted to give credit where it's due. And so here we go. So the first warm-up I'm going to teach you, it really is designed to take, yes, Jen, dust and cobwebs. Let's just take that duster to our vocal cords, but not actually, because that would be horrible. So it's simple. It's one that you've probably done before, but maybe have overlooked. And it's a hum. And we're going to add a little bit of a chew to it. Okay, so really it just sounds like this. And if you want to join me, just join in wherever is comfortable in your range, probably about your speaking range, wherever that is for you. And you can see I'm just making chewing motions with my mouth. Yes, Pat, thank you. Elaine is a Slate Music Sing Toronto Legacy Award recipient. I meant to say that. You got my back. Absolutely. So she's a partner of the Sing Festival as well. Okay. And so as you're working through this chewing hum, I just want you to feel a bit of a buzz in your lips. And you're going to feel that sort of transfer. So also your lips are very, very gentle. Have them just barely touching. You're going to feel the buzz slide up from here and into your resonator sort of forward in the mask, sort of about your nose. So you heard a little blip in my voice there. That's normal. Just keep doing this gently, moving over any bumps in the road. Okay, those low notes are starting to get smoothed out for me. Then I can extend it higher and higher. the whole time, you really want it to feel like an ambulance siren, like really forward and buzzy. If at any point you're feeling resistance from here or like you're pushing, take a second, shake it out, roll your neck around, release any tension from our neck, because boy, do we hold a lot of tension there as human beings and as singers. Release that, direct, let your resonators be your powerhouse. By resonators, I mean your lips, I mean your cheekbones, I mean your nasal bone conductors, everything up in here. You'll feel that sound really move through. One of my students said to me, Hayley, I really prefer this exercise on an N sound instead of an M, because he found that it was hard for him to be relaxed and loose on that. And so that's actually the next one I want to open you up to, number 2. So what you're going to do is you're going to place the tip of your tongue just behind your top teeth. Very similar to the hum, but now we're clearly on an N sound. And again, I don't want you to feel any resistance from here. Here's what it's not. I'm singing now. Hear me go. Release that. You've just got to let it vibrate here. And especially if your voice is tired, if you haven't sung in a while, if you had a late night, whatever it is, let this be your foundation. Let this help you ease back into your singing voice. When the world is all good, I'm often singing gigs on a Saturday morning, and let me tell you, my Friday nights aren't always early as a musician. So this is what saves my voice when I need to go sing those really high notes early in the morning. I just bring that good buzz back into my voice. Okay. So essentially what I'm getting at with everything I'm teaching is the idea of resonance, right? You may have heard that word before, you may have not, but it's the idea that, quick little aside, our vocal folds, which are just 2 tiny flaps of skin right in here, don't actually make that much sound in and of themselves. You can think of it like a guitar string. A guitar string itself is pretty tinny, but when you strum it and it resonates in the body of the instrument, then we get our sound. Right? We're hearing that full body of sound. And so where does the sound resonate in singers? Well, in our body. And it's not here. Sometimes people really think, I'm going to sing now, and here I'm using my throat. Let your cheekbones be your conductors of sound. Let your lips be your conductors of sound. When you're lowering your voice, everyone do this. Put your hand on your chest voice. On your collarbone. Please don't reach down your throat and touch your voice. That's weird. We're live. Okay. And just feel that buzz. Okay, do you feel that? It's a big conductor of sound, especially lower in your range. And gents and those with lower voices can feel that moving even lower in their body. I'm a high soprano, so this is about all I got for low end. Okay, warm up 3. Myum. If I had to spell that, it's M-Y-U-M. As singers, we are often taught to sing on the vowel. This is true. It's very important. However, there are some consonants we can sing through, which will help keep your resonance forward, right? And an M sound, we already did that one today, so we know that's a strong one. And then Y would be the next one, right? Meow, 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 meow. Now, what you want to not do is pull the sound back on the vowel. Here's what would be tempting to do, right? Meow, meow. Do you hear it? I'm exaggerating. Think of your resonance plane as being here, and when you open up to the vowel, you just drop that jaw straight down, and you keep the sound right here. So I'm just going to pick. Let's start here, and we'll take it just on a 5-note pattern up and down, thinking of it like a circle. Meow, 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 meow. Now you guys try it. I'll just play. Yeah, good. Did anyone feel a bit of resistance? I realize we can't raise our hands, but sometimes as we ease into our warm-ups, we want to sort of treat it like climbing stairs. Yum, 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 yum. You can hear the resistance though in my voice. It's easy. It's just a circle. Don't think of a high note as this like big thing we have to reach. It's just another point on the circle. It's going to take the pressure off. And we'll move it up here. Meow, 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 meow. Nice and gentle. A little more. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 any singers that are interested in the pop technique and musical theater technique, or even just have a solo in your a cappella group, when you want to take that chest tone sound up, again, promise me you won't push from here. It's really easy for those chest voice notes to feel a bit like yelling, right? Meow, 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 meow. Slide up into your forward resonators. I promise you won't sound too nasal. Meow, 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 meow. If I talk like that, it's a bit nasal, but when I sing it, meow, 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 meow. It's just nice and bright and open, right? All right. Okay, and we're moving right on to warm-up number 4. Okay, so, I really love this one. Similar to Miam, it's Z-I-I-I-I-I. Z is another great consonant to sing through. It's one of the harder consonants to sing through, if I'm honest. Z. You want to really get that dentist drill buzz going on? What a beautiful thing for you to try to aim for. Isn't that something we all love? But that is the sound. Zzz. I had a student say it's more, think of like a hive of bees. That's maybe, I don't know if that's better. Maybe that's more enjoyable to think about. Who knows? So I might start this one in a similar way to the miam, but instead of a 5-note pattern, I'm going to use this one to transition that resonance throughout my register, right? So to do that, I'll take it a little bit higher for a 9-tone scale. So it sounds like this. Z, and if anyone's like, 9 tones, what is that? It's just an octave, just a regular major scale. That's pretty friendly, right? Let me go up one more. Let me take it down. Okay, nothing too crazy. Hi, Marla, thanks. Yay. For the comment. Okay, so let's do this one together, shall we? By the way, you really want to drop that jaw, even in your warm-ups. And you don't want to think of it like forcing the jaw open. Rather, let gravity take that jaw down. Let it feel really lazy. I actually might start this one with my students with just a like it feels really loose and really lazy, okay? Okay, let's take some 9-tone scales together. Here we go. Take a deep low breath here. Relax your shoulders. I'm gonna probably do one more in my chest, and then I'm gonna start to mix a bit. Now I'm gonna transition at some point in the middle here to my head voice. Gents, it'll be your falsetto. Whenever you feel called to do that, you do it. There's no right or wrong. Everyone's voice is different. But you notice that when I made that switch into my head tone, I'm still keeping it nice and forward. Even in my head voice, we want to have that good tone rather than right? If I reverted to my breathy tone, where was I here? I can't finish it. I'm out of breath. Who has felt that? Who has felt like, I don't have enough breath to take me to the end of this? Don't actually use as much air as we think. If you rely on your resonators and let them be your powerhouse, we don't have to force that air out quite so much. Just something to keep in mind. Okay, cool. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is arguably what we should start our warm-ups with, but I thought it might be a nice thing just to leave you with, and it's more of a body thing. You want to feel so relaxed in your upper body when we're singing. Always if we can, but we hold a lot of tension in our lives in our neck, and that can really easily creep into our voice. So I'm going to stand, and I'm going to get you guys to stand too. I'm just going to adjust my view here. You're going to roll your shoulders back a couple times, let any tension release, and I'm going to talk really quickly about that low body breath. In our lives, oftentimes we breathe up into our chest. What do I mean? If someone came up behind me and scared me, what would I do? Up like this, right? Obviously, day to day, we don't gasp. If you're me and you're easily startled, maybe you gasp more than others. But right, instead of directing the breath here, you want to direct it into your low body. So place one hand just on your stomach Another hand just resting on your rib cage, right? With 4 fingers in front. Feel your thumb extend around the back because our rib cage goes all the way around, of course. And what I want you to do is breathe into your hand. Feel that belly expand. And then once you feel like you can't go out anymore and you haven't quite gotten a full breath, that rib cage comes out. It's harder to see in the front. I'll show you my hands, and I'm not pushing them out. It's just my rib cage expanding. Okay, here I go. Okay, and that is your confident breath as a singer. If you are able to harness that breath, you're going to find that your lines will go longer, smoother. You're going to have that low body support, especially as we get higher. I've said about 5 times, I don't want you to push from here. But when we feel like we need a little something extra, it's right here. Put your hands underneath your rib cage, walk into where they meet in the middle, and say, hi. Yeah. And if you felt any of that kind of vocal fry sound, hi, oh, the dust and the cobwebs, I'm scared, Hayley. Don't worry about it. Direct the sound into your nose a little bit and slide into it. Hi. Do you feel that support from here? Feel that muscle engage? Like my hand is not coming out. It's just my diaphragm going, ha, ha, coming out and directing the sound into those resonators. So those tips, I am sure, will leave you feeling a little less dusty. Hopefully will help you feel a little more confident going into all your singing practices. And I wish you all the very best in vocal health.
Haley, that was awesome. I was doing all of those exercises with you.
Great.
And I absolutely love them. I'm just wondering from those people who are watching, which ones kind of, no pun intended, resonated the most with you? I know
for what you did there.
but I know for me, a couple of them in particular, the first one, when you got us kind of humming and chewing a little bit, just I mean, that felt really good. It just kind of like that's going to be my new shower routine right there.
Absolutely. And mine as well. So you come by that honestly. Yes.
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. And but also just the last exercise, just that reminder of where that breath goes and being mindful. I mean, they're all excellent. They're all amazing. But that's just a fantastic exercise. The meow, meow, meow. I like that. Maybe a little bit of the yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, Pat, it does sometimes sound like meow, especially when you're going fast. Absolutely.
And just remind people that are watching today, Hayley, where they can find you. So if they want to connect with you as a performer, a songwriter, or a vocal coach, where can they find you?
Absolutely. So voicebyhayley.com. That's voice by HAYLEY.com is my website. And if you're interested in lessons, you can reach out to me, info@voicebyhayley.com. And that's where you can find me. That's where you can find me. And that's the end of the sentence.
That's awesome. Just before we kind of let you go, does anyone that's kind of watching right now have any questions? If you have any questions, feel free to shoot them in the chat. But I before that, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to be with us this morning, but also giving all of us just that extra oomph that we need to kind of dust off the cobwebs of our voice after the holidays. This has just been fantastic, Hayley.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It was fun.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're posting where you can find Hayley and the Big Voice Studios in terms of some of those recorded as well.
Yep.
But thank you so much for being with us, and we'll see you again soon.
Perfect. Okay. Cheers. Thanks, Brendan.
Take care, Hayley. Oh, that was Hayley Preziosi, and just a fantastic session on raising your voice, getting our voice all warmed up. Top 5 tips. So take a second, go through those, right? Do some of those and share it. Share it with your friends. Share it on Facebook if you're on Facebook, and share it with people so that other people can enjoy the benefits of a good warm-up. I know I needed this desperately, just different ways for me to kind of engage. So all the best to you. It's wonderful to have our viewership and just people joining in and taking part in these wonderful sessions. And we'll see you again on Monday for Java and Gab with Jordan, when we have guests from Ottawa joining us. It's going to be a wonderful time. Take care. And we'll see you again.